Hello and welcome on Thomas Geiger Car. Today with a real special secret, the third generation Porsche Cayenne. 6 weeks ahead of its world premiere at the Frankfurt Auto Show and about 3 months before the car hits the market, I'm joining the Porsche engineers on their final test drives with the third generation of the most successful Porsche at the moment. And we'll try to find out if it's still the most sporty, most powerful and the most agile SUV in its segment. Sadly, this time I'm only sitting on the passenger seat, but if you like to know what you can expect from that car, join me on that ride and I'll tell you more about it here on Thomas Geiger Car. The third generation Cayenne is a bit of the best of all Volkswagen Group's luxury models because it's using the platform of the Audi Q7 and the Bentley Bentayga with a way more sporty and dynamic finish, and it's using the interior and the engines of the recently launched Panamera. This means it will start with a V6 with about 340 horsepower, going up to a 4-liter V8 with about 550 horsepower. And for sure it will get the plug-in hybrid as well. The biggest difference to the Panamera is here in the gearbox, because the Panamera got the 8-speed double clutch, and here we have a proper 8-speed automatic for comfortable cruising and for better off-road driving. As always, the engineers are making a big secret out of their prototypes. Not only is it forbidden to tell you about driving experience, and I can only tell you how the car feels from the passenger side, no, I even can't tell you how it looks inside because everything is covered. But you don't need a lot of fantasy, just look into a Porsche Panamera and you got a pretty good impression what you can expect from the Cayenne. You got the same virtual cockpit with an analog rev meter in the center, and you got the same big touch screen and touch sensitive center console. That is really looking beautiful, and for me it's the most beautiful SUV interior that you can get at the moment. I really would love to drive the new Cayenne by now, because that's always the most exciting part. But in this case, I'm forced to take the passenger seat and to let the engineer do the drive. Even from the passenger side, you can recognize that the third generation Cayenne is more Porsche than ever, because the engineers saved about 70 kilos of weight and did hard work to get the car more agile and more sporty as it was before. And as far as I can tell from this side of the car, they've done a tremendous job. But truth will come and tell when I sit behind the wheel and tell you more about it. A Cayenne will always be recognizable as a Cayenne, also in the third generation, and even if it's slightly camouflaged with some foil over the rear lights and over the front lights, because proportions, size and form hasn't changed that much. The car grew about 5 centimeters in length and it got a little lower for about 1 centimeter, which lets it look a bit more sporty, a bit more aggressive, and that's something that matches perfectly with the drive feeling the engineers tried to achieve. Thank you for joining me on that first passenger ride in the third generation Porsche Cayenne, about half a year before the car hits the market. For me, they've done really a tremendous job. The car is still true Porsche. It is more agile than before, and it seems to be more comfortable than it ever was. So they've just broadened the capabilities, and I can't look forward to drive it on my own. Thank you, tschüsschen, and bye-bye.